The purpose of life is liberation. The purpose of life is to know one's own true self. One's own true self, which is immortal, which is infinite, which is divine. This is the purpose of life. In order to gain this highest knowledge about the self, the mind has to be prepared. And what is the preparation needed for the mind? The mind should be rich with noble virtues. So therefore, we must cultivate these noble virtues, and at the same time, we must put forth effort to remove all the negativities of the mind, the demonic vices of the mind. So this is the essence of this chapter. So naturally the question comes, what are the divine virtues which we must cultivate in ourselves? So there is a list of virtues given, which we have to practice and make it ours. Now what do you mean Daivi Sampat? Sampat means wealth. Why Daivi? Daivi comes from the word Deva. Deva means God. So Daivi Sampat means these are the virtues which are found in full measure in God. This is the nature of God. All these virtues in full measure you will find in God. Therefore it is Daivi Sampat, the wealth belonging to God. Daivi Sampat also means those people who practice these virtues, they become like Deva. They become God-like. They also become divine, like God. Also, those people who practice these virtues, they become like God and they become God also. Because what is the essence of the scriptures? Aham Brahma Asmi. I am God. So therefore, these values are such that people who practice it, they come to know their true nature, that they are not different from the divine. So for all these reasons, the name has been aptly given Daivi Sampat, the divine virtues. Now what are they? Bhagavan has listed 26 virtues. So one by one we will now go through. What is the first one? Abhayam. What do you mean Abhayam? Fearlessness. Bhayam means fear. So Abhayam means fearlessness. This is the first one. Can we call fearlessness a virtue? Fearlessness need not be a virtue. There are very many cases where a person is fearless, but that we don't consider it as a virtue. The criminals, the robbers, the thieves, they are also fearless. Isn't it? They fearlessly commit murder. They fearlessly commit crime. Isn't it? Is it something appreciable? There are children who are fearless of their parents. Is it something good? There are students who don't fear the teachers. Is it something good? Fearlessness by itself is not a virtue. Even fear of God, there are people who don't have fear of God also. Even that is not considered as a virtue. In all these cases, it is considered as a vice. Vice means V-I-C-E. But here, the term is Abhayam. So what kind of fearlessness is Bhagavan mentioning here? This has to be understood. Fearless because of what? What is that factor which makes you fearless? That is also important. Fearlessness by itself is not a virtue. What makes you fearless? Yes, that we have to analyze. So first of all, we have to analyze what is fear. What brings fear in us? What is the cause of fear? In order to have fear, two factors are necessary. What are they? Number one, the possibility of a danger. The possibility of an unpleasant situation. The possibility of a threat. This is the first factor. The possibility of a calamity. This is the first factor. And what is the second factor? There is a dangerous situation and I don't have solution to overcome that situation. There is a calamity which is going to strike me, but I don't have a solution. I don't know how to handle it. This is the second factor. When these two factors come together, the feeling which arises in our heart, that feeling of emotion is called fear. So what are the two factors? Number one, the possibility of a calamity, of a danger. And number two, I don't have solution for it. Then the feeling which rises in us is called fear. Now if you want to be fearless, you have to take care of these two aspects. Now, fearlessness can be classified into three types. The first is called tamasic fearlessness. What is this tamasic fearlessness? This person is fearless because he has not studied the situation properly. The situation is a dangerous situation, but because he was careless, because he was negligent, because he was insensitive, he is not seeing the situation as dangerous. Why? Because he doesn't have the right knowledge. He takes the situation lightly, and out of that comes a fearlessness. This is born out of stupidity, out of foolishness. This is what we have discussed about these criminals, etc. They are called tamasic fearlessness. He is not able to think of the consequences of his action and therefore he is fearless. The fearlessness born out of foolishness. All these people who drive rashly on the roads, they are fearless, no doubt, but they are foolishly fearless. Not able to think of the consequences. They do some act haphazardly, hastily, unthinkingly. This is called as tamasic fearlessness. Recently I saw one video. So somebody was taking it from his mobile phone. It was very clear. So here is this fellow who is standing on a running train. He was standing there on the, the door. So the train has just started from the station. It is picking up speed. And now this youngster, he gets a fascination. What does he do? He wanted to jump into the station, holding on to the running train, run for some time and again climb back. This was his plan. The train is picking up speed. Somebody from the behind, he is taking this, this video from his mobile. And so this youngster jumps out of the train, holding on to that bar. He runs, he miscalculates the speed. He is not able to catch up with the running train, gets crushed in between that platform and the train. Now this action, how will you rate it? Will you call it abhayam? Yes, no doubt it is some kind of fearlessness, but it is a fearlessness born out of foolishness. This is not what we are talking of here now. This is called tamasic fearlessness. A fearlessness born out of wrongly understanding the dangerous situation. The second fearlessness is rajasic fearlessness. What is this fearlessness? This is a fearlessness born out of having enough means to take care of the dangerous situation. So this rajasic person has studied the situation. He knows that it is a dangerous one. It is a calamity. So what does he do? He hoards all kinds of resources which are capable of handling the situation. So if there is poverty, he has enough money. So he has manpower, he has muscle power, he has money power, all kinds of power he has so that he can handle any kind of situation with ease. So what has he taken care? He has taken care of the second factor of that fear. The first factor is a dangerous situation. The second factor is you don't have the solution. A rajasic person takes care of the solution part. And because he has got the solution to handle any crisis, he is fearless. This is the second one. This is called as rajasic fearlessness. Are we talking of this fearlessness in this case? No. Now the third one is sattvic fearlessness. This is what we are talking here. Now what is this sattvic fearlessness? This sattvic person has analyzed the situation and he has understood that it is a dangerous one. It is a calamity. Is he having any means? He is not having any means. He knows that the situation is dangerous. As far as the means are concerned, he doesn't have any means, but still he remains fearless. What can be the reason? The reason is his total, abiding, single-pointed faith in the Lord. It is this faith in the Lord. It is the trust in the Lord. It is his surrender unto the Lord which makes him fearless. We are talking of a bhakta now, a devotee. Situations are dangerous. At the same time, he doesn't have any means. Still, he remains fearless. Why? He knows my Bhagavan will take care of me. So this fearlessness, born out of trust, born out of faith, born out of surrender, born out of devotion unto the Lord, this fearlessness is what we are talking of here. I hope you are understanding. The whole world is run by my Lord. The omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent Bhagavan is running this world. Then why should I fear? Won't he take care of me? When this kind of faith a person has, even when that situation is the most dangerous one, even in such a situation, he remains calm, he remains peaceful. Because very many times situation goes out of your control. Even in such situation, you will find this devotee absolutely peaceful. What is his philosophy? My Creator will take care of me. I need not worry. This fearlessness is what we are talking of here. Swami Vivekananda, when he was supposed to go to Chicago, he did not have anything with him. Not even single paisa or single dollar. He was in the ship. Somehow the ticket was booked, that's all. He did not know where he was going to go. He was going for that World Parliament of Religions. He was going to attend it. He did not know anyone there. As far as the culture is concerned, totally unknown. Place is concerned, totally unknown. Did he have any money? Nothing. Only the ticket was booked. Swami Vivekananda went there, sat in his seat. Somebody came, saw the Swamiji sitting there, absolutely, poised, peaceful, equanimous, calm. So this gentleman went, Swamiji, may I know where you are going? And Swamiji said, I am going to Chicago. I am going to attend the World Parliament of Religions. I represent Hindu religion. Then this gentleman said, Swamiji, you are going to Chicago? I also stay in Chicago. May I know where you are going to stay? Then Swamiji said, maybe I'll stay at your home. Now, can you see that abhayam there? That fearlessness? The future is absolutely uncertain, but still here is a man who is absolutely certain. What? My Lord will take care of me, full stop. I need not know how He is going to take care, but He will take care. I need not worry. This kind of fearlessness is what is being spoken of here. And you will find that in all devotees you will find this one thing, fearlessness. All these, sages living in the Himalayas, there are a lot of forests there, wild animals are there, snakes and tigers and lions. How do they survive there? They know one thing, Bhagavan is there, He will take care. And they are properly taken care also. They give up everything. Literally the Parivrajaka Sannyasis, the so-called. They don't have their house, nothing. They just keep walking. What is their philosophy? Simple. Bhagavan will definitely give me food. And they get their food also. See the trust. They don't store anything. Total trust in the Creator. There's a very interesting story about Mohammed. So he was being chased by a king and the army, and he was climbing a mountain along with one of his assistants, Abu Bakr. So this army was behind. They were planning to kill Muhammad. So as they were climbing the mountain, there was a small, cave. So Muhammad, he entered into this cave as though to hide there. Muhammad and Abu Bakr, both of them. So at that time, Abu Bakr, he was trembling with fear. He said, Sir, definitely they are going to pass by this way. And definitely they will search this cave also. And only we two are there. Then Muhammad said, we are not two, we are three. Abu Bakr said, who is the third one? Muhammad said, there is a third one, Allah. He will protect us. This Abu Bakr was sure that all those Allah and all will not help. Because it's very clear that this army is going to search this cave. And there is nobody there in the cave. Only these two, they will definitely be caught. A very simple cave it is. Absolutely there is no question of security there. He was trembling in fear, no faith. Whereas Muhammad was there, relaxing, total. Believe it or not, a huge spider comes and it starts spinning the web right across the mouth of the cave. And by the time this army comes, this cave was having that spider web. So this commander of the army, he said, go, search the cave. So one person, as he was about to search the cave, this commander said, stop, there is no need to search there. The very fact that this web has been untorn, kept intact, that itself shows that nobody is there inside. So we need not search. Come, let's proceed. And they proceeded. Both of them were absolutely safe. The point which I want to convey is this. When a devotee knows that there is a Bhagavan, He has been taking care of me in my past. He is taking care of me in my present. In the future also, He will take care of me. I need not worry. When this kind of faith a person has, the expression of this faith, the expression of this devotion, the expression of this surrender, what is the expression? Abhayam is the expression. So if you are a true devotee of God, you must have this virtue in you. What is the virtue? You should be a person free from worries and anxieties. If there is worries and anxieties, what does it mean? It simply means our trust in God is not strong. It is weak. A little calamity and we are shaken. Isn't it? Remember, when we are discussing these virtues, these are the virtues, we must keep this in mind. We have to cultivate it in us. If it is little, we have to make it more. This is spiritual practice. And all these virtues are something which we can cultivate, which we can grow in ourselves with right means, right methods. The second abhayam, the fearlessness, comes to a person who walks the path of righteousness. That also gives you fearlessness. At the entrance you have seen, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. The one who is walking the path of righteousness, he will be protected by righteousness. A person who has this clear understanding about life. So even when he is walking the path of righteousness, walking the path of dharma, you will find he will be fearless. Why? I know I am doing the good thing. I know I am righteous. I know I am not compromising with the higher values of life. This very sticking to these values itself gives a kind of strength to you. This is another meaning of abhayam. You will always find people who are uncompromisingly good. Such people, you will find that they are exhibiting a kind of, a kind of fearlessness. Lot of problems come. There are a lot of temptations. There are a lot of threats, especially when you live in this world. Because majority of the people are ready to compromise for even the, even the slightest temptation, they are ready to compromise. Such people are around. To live in this world surrounded by such people, it is not so easy. Always you are threatened. When such threatening comes, what gives you strength from within? It is this adherence to the path of righteousness which gives you truth. This is at a worldly level. Now as far as a jnani is concerned, he also exhibits abhayam. What is jnani's abhayam? A jnani knows the self is immortal. The physical body has to die, but the consciousness in me has no death. The moment you come to know that you have no death, you become absolutely fearless. Because all fear is somewhere or the other connected to the fear of death. What is the jnani's vision of the world? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. The whole world is an illusion as far as a jnani is concerned. So where is the question of being afraid of the illusory world? As far as a jnani is concerned, other than me, nobody else is there. Whoever is there in this world, he is none other than me, myself, because the consciousness is the same. So, the fear comes from the concept of the other. Dvayat bhayam bhavati. When there is nobody other than me, whom to fear? When the world itself is illusory, why to fear? When the Supreme Self, the pure consciousness, is immortal, why to fear? So, right understanding also gives you fearlessness. This is the third type of fearlessness. So, the fearlessness of a bhakta, the fearlessness of a dharmika purusha, and the fearlessness of a jnani. In short, the point is, if you are walking the path of spirituality, you have to be fearless. Rather, put in another way, as you progress in spiritual path, you automatically tend to become fearless. This is abhayam, fearlessness. As far as a sadhaka is concerned, let us have this in mind. Bhagavan is taking care of all of us, so therefore there is nothing to fear. This is the one thing which we have to cultivate in us.